Welcome you all. Today we are going to discuss scalars and vectors. Scalar. Quantity having magnitude only is called a scalar quantity. Length, mass, time, temperature, angle, density, area, volume and work are some examples of scalar quantities. Quantity having both magnitude and direction is called a vector quantity. Displacement, velocity, acceleration, momentum, force and weight are some examples of vector quantities. Vectors. Vector quantities are represented by a line with an arrow mark. The length of the line represents the magnitude and the arrow shows the direction. That means a vector is a directed segment. To represent a vector quantity A, we use letters of bold type. The magnitude of a vector quantity is denoted by mod A, modulus A. Unit vector. A vector having unit magnitude is called unit vector. The magnitude of unit vector is 1. If R is a vector along any given direction, then R vector is equal to R small r, where R is the magnitude of R and small r is the unit vector along that direction. Then equal vectors. Two vectors are said to be equal vectors if they have same magnitude and direction. They need not coincide with each other. Here addition of vectors. See the figure. Let a vector quantity A be represented by a line PQ. Its value or its magnitude is A. Let the other vector quantity B be represented by the line QR having magnitude B. The sum of these two vectors is got by drawing a line from the tail of the first vector to the head of the second vector. Thus, PR is the vector sum of the two vectors A and B. If PR is equal to C, which is equal to A plus B, then the vector addition obeys commutative law of addition. That is, A plus B is equal to B plus A. Vector addition also obeys the associative law, that is A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. Vectors can be added by using the parallelogram law of vectors. If two vectors from a point are represented by an adjacent side of a parallelogram, then the resultant is given by the vector diagonal of the parallelogram passing through the point. Then multiplication of vectors. Here scalar product, which is also known as a dot product. Here two vectors A and B are given. These given two vectors A and B can be multiplied to get a scalar result. This method of multiplication is known as scalar product method. The scalar product of these two vectors A and B is defined as the scalar quantity, which is equal to the product of the magnitudes of the two given vectors and the cosine of the angle between the two vectors. A dot B is equal to AB cos theta. Here the case A dot A is equal to A dot A cos 0, which is equal to A square. If the dot product of two vectors is 0, then the vectors A and B are perpendicular to each other. Then third one is, if A and B are two vectors, their scalar product is A dot B is equal to B dot A. That is, the scalar product is commutative. Then here vector product. This vector product is also known as cross product. Here also A and B are the two given vectors. So the two given vectors A and B can be multiplied to get a vector result. This method of multiplication is known as the vector product method. So the vector product of two vectors is defined as the vector quantity whose magnitude is equal to the product of the magnitude of the given two vectors and the sign of the angle between them. So A cross B is equal to AB sin theta. Here the cases: if the cross product of two vectors is 0, then the vectors A and B are parallel. Then A cross B is equal to minus of B cross A. That is, the vector product is anti-commutative. Here directions are opposite. Then we see the components of vectors. This is also known as resolution of vectors. Here, any vector can be resolved into two or more components such that the total effect of these components is the same as that of the single vector. So the phenomenon of splitting a given vector into two or more components in different direction is known as a resolution of vectors or components of vectors. See the figure. OA, its magnitude is x. OB, its magnitude is y. Here OP is given as r. Then you draw line P, A from P and PB from P. Let R be represented by OP. Let us resolve it along x and y axis. From P draw PA and PB. Here OA is the component of R acting along OX. OB is the component of R acting along OY. Theta is the angle R makes with OX. In the triangle OAP, OA by OP is equal to cos theta. Here when you take the cross multiplication, OA is equal to OP sin theta. We know OP is equal to R. So OA is equal to R cos theta. Also AP by OP is equal to sin theta. AP is equal to OB. So OB divided by OP is equal to sin theta. So B is equal to OP sin theta. So OP is equal to R. So OB is equal to R sin theta. If I and j are the unit vectors along x and y axis respectively in two-dimensional system, then R is equal to OA plus OB. Then you write the magnitudes. R vector is equal to xi plus yj. By the Pythagorean theorem, the magnitude of R can be calculated as root of x square plus y square. If I, j and k are the unit vectors along x, y and z axis respectively in the three-dimensional system, the position vector of P, R is equal to xi plus yj plus zk, then the magnitude of R is equal to root of x square plus y square plus z square. Thank you.